Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of 1 Samuel, the 11th chapter. And in the 10th chapter, we witnessed the choosing, right, before Israel of Saul to be king of Israel, okay, in which some were in agreement with and some were not. So here we are in 1 Samuel chapter 11, verse 1. Then Nahash the Ammonite came up and encamped against Jabesh Gilead, and this was on the east of Jordan, right? So if we look up here, 1 Samuel 11 map, sometimes they outline these places for you. Nope, not that one. Okay, this isn't too bad. Okay, so yeah, so here we have the Jordan River right here that goes all the way down into the Dead Sea. And on the east of it, you had here Jabesh Gilead. You had Moab down here, and I believe you had Ammon that was probably around this area over here. And so they came up and encamped against Jabesh Gilead. So at this time, very likely what was happening is the Ammonites were causing trouble for Israel on that side of the Jordan River. And all the men of Jabesh said unto Nahash, make a covenant with us, and we will serve thee. So let's form a deal, let's form a treaty. We'll serve you or whatever you want, but just don't destroy us or our city. And Nahash the Ammonite answered them, on this condition will I make a covenant with you. So on one condition, that I may thrust out all your right eyes and lay it for a reproach upon all Israel. So I want for all of you, I want to remove all your right eyes as a disgrace, on Israel, to show my dominance. And the elders of Jabesh said unto him, give us 7 days respite, that we may send messengers unto all the coasts of Israel. So give us 7 days, right, and let us try to find help of our brethren. And then if there be no man to save us, we will come out to thee. So we'll surrender, right? If nobody can help us, you got it. Then came the messengers to Gibeah of Saul, and told the tidings, which is the news, in the ears of the people. And all the people lifted up their voices and wept. So those of Jabesh Gilead sent messengers to Gibeah, where Saul was, and basically told him, hey, this is the situation that's going on. And as it says, when the people heard it, they started to weep. And behold, Saul came after the herd out of the field, so likely from like plowing or something. So he basically comes and he hears, this weeping and crying. And Saul said, what aileth the people that they weep? So what's the matter? And they told him the tidings of the men of Jabesh. And the Spirit of God came upon Saul when he heard when he heard those tidings, and his anger was kindled greatly. So he was real mad. He was pissed off to hear that. And the Lord was basically using this as like his first sort of, test, you could say, right, as king of Israel. And he took a yoke of oxen and hewed them in pieces, right? So a yoke of oxen would be like to me, it sounds like two, right, oxen that are yoked together. But anyway, he chopped them up in pieces and sent them throughout all the coasts of Israel by the hands of messengers. So all the different, lands where Israel was, what I mean by that is like their territories in the land of Israel. And he sent the pieces of the oxen with messengers, telling them, whosoever cometh not forth after Saul and after Samuel, so shall it be done unto his oxen. So anybody that doesn't come with us to war to go and deliver our brethren in Jabesh Gilead, this is what's going to happen to your oxen. And the fear of the Lord Yahweh fell on the people, and they came out with one consent. And when he numbered them in Bezek, the children of Israel were 300,000, and the men of Judah 30,000. So when he took a head count, that's the count that he got. And they said unto the messengers that came, Thus shall ye say unto the men of Jabesh Gilead. So return this message back to them, that tomorrow, by the time the sun be hot, so by noon, ye shall have help. And the messengers came and shewed it to the men of Jabesh, and they were glad. So, it was good news. They were like, oh yes, we have help. Therefore the men of Jabesh said, tomorrow. So now they went and replied to Nahash and said, tomorrow we will come out unto you, and ye shall do with us all that seemeth good unto you. So they made it seem like they were surrendering, saying, you know what, like almost as though nobody could help them, right? So you know what, it is what it is. We'll come and we'll surrender, and if it's our eyes that you want, you can have it. And what this would do, or what this did, was it lowered the guard of the Ammonites, because now they figured, oh well, guess we don't really need to prepare for war against reinforcements, because they're going to come and surrender. And it was so on the morrow that Saul put the people in 3 companies. So he divided the armies into 3 groups. And they came into the midst of the host in the morning watch, and slew the Ammonites until the heat of the day. Now, I believe there's 4 watches, all right, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. In our time now, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, and then 12 to 3 and 3 back to 6. So that's about 4 watches. So I believe the morning watch would be either from 6 to 9 or 9 to 12. Either way, they came in the morning. That's what matters. And they slew the Ammonites until the heat of the day, so until the afternoon. And it came to pass that they which remained were scattered. Those of the Ammonites, that were left, they were scattered, like they fled every which way, so that 2 of them were not left together. So everybody split, you could say. And the people said unto Samuel, who is he that said, shall Saul reign over us? And what this is saying that when we went back to the 10th chapter, remember there were certain men that basically said, who is Saul that should save us, right? So here, after the battle, they were like, yo, bring those people that had a problem with Saul reigning over us. And as it says, bring the men that we may put them to death. And Saul said, there shall not a man be put to death this day, for today the Lord Yahweh hath wrought salvation in Israel. So no, ain't no need for that. Nobody's dying today. This is a day of deliverance. Then said Samuel to the people, come, and let us go to Gilgal and renew the kingdom there. So they all went to Gilgal to reestablish the kingdom with Saul as the king. And all the people went to Gilgal, and there they made Saul king before the Lord Yahweh, so in the presence of the Lord in Gilgal. And there they sacrificed sacrifices of peace offerings before the Lord. And there Saul and all the men of Israel rejoiced greatly. And that brings us to the end of the book of 1 Samuel, the 11th chapter. And so, with that, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach HaKodesh. And until next time, Shalom.